Hello, Bob Ullman, Nashua, New Hampshire. It is June 10th, 2013, and the year marches on. One thing we can't stop is time. In fact, time is the most valuable thing we all have, more valuable than money. You know, money you can always get more. Time you can't. Okay, so you can never buy more time. Okay, treat time precious as a precious, precious commodity, which it really is. Okay. Today, I'm going to talk about The Strangest Secret. I just listened to that again this morning. That was Earl Nightingale. And I can't say I know the exact year that came out. I think it was in the sometime in the 1950s, probably, but not sure on that. I do know it was maybe the 60s. It was an invaluable audio, and if you could get your hands on The Strangest Secret, I'm sure it's available on YouTube. If not, buy it. Do whatever you got to do to get it because it's a wonderful, wonderful audio, and probably about 45, some maybe 45 minutes, maybe a little under an hour. It maybe 40 minutes. It was in that range. Now, here's what I take from The Strangest Secret, because that's really what I'm here to talk about. As it unfolds, we hear why, and it really is that the strangest secret is, and if I was to summarize it in one sentence, I would say that we become what we think about most of the time. So again, we become what we think about most of the time. Okay, that's the strangest secret. It seems like a pretty simple concept and not hard. And I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna just shut my window. It's a little noisy out there. There we go. Noisy street. Anyway, it seems like a simple concept. We become what we think about most of the time, but many people fail to realize that. So what and I myself, one thing that I found out when I started paying attention to learning about the mind, how the mind works, trying to use mind better to try to take me where I'm going quicker, which is exactly what I've been doing. And by the way, I am progressing faster than ever in my life, so it does work. One thing that, if I was to say one thing that I've done differently, is that whereas I used to say, somebody would say, did you read that book, Think and Grow Rich? And I said, oh, yeah, I read it. And oh, when? It was 10, 20 years ago. I thought that if I read something once, maybe twice, maybe every 5, 10 years, I'd read it again, that I kind of got it. And that was a mistake upon retrospect, because I now understand you never really get it. The idea is to always be wanting more, always be wanting to learn. When you think you got it, that's when you stop. That's when you start cutting off learning. And when you cut off learning, you cease to progress. You can't go forward anymore. So we never want to really feel like got it. We could feel that I'm getting it, but not I got it. That was a dangerous attitude that kept me stuck. Okay, I did okay, but I was stuck. I have to say that. Looking now, when I started, I mean, I love this analogy. Somebody says to me, Bob, you want to go eat today? I'm not going to say no, no, thanks. I ate yesterday. I'm cool. I'm not going to do that because I'm hungry every day. We're always, we have hunger every day for food, and it's the same with for the mind. When I started learning that it wasn't a matter of reading something once, it was a matter of or listening once or watching once. It was a matter of studying, making this. This is, I mean, this is the most important thing there is in life to achieve our goals, to really become successful. So I had to take it as a daily diet, as a daily part of my living. And I started listening to the audios as much as I could and repeat them and over and different ones and take in different information. I would let my mentors help decide which ones, but then I as my discernment is getting better and better, I'm able to discern and I'm able to listen to anything I want. I know what's right and I know when it's a little off. Okay, I'm getting better at discerning. So with the book, same thing, same thing. I mean, just I've read Think and Grow Rich now 4 times in the last year or two, and I just keep on. I want to read that one over and over again. Same thing with Law of Success, 16 Lessons. Now, these are Napoleon Hill's books, by the way. So when I talk about a book, I definitely want to give the author, and I want to encourage you to go read them if you haven't, and don't just read them once. Read them and read them and read them. Another great one is The Magic of Thinking Big. And then there's How to Win Friends and Influence People. By the way, The Magic of Thinking Big is David Schwartz. How to Win Friends and Influence People is Dale Carnegie, the author. Okay, and these are great books, great books. And How to Win Friends is more of a how-to, a little more of the how stuff, but we do need some of that as well. Okay, when the mind is in the right place, everything takes care of itself. But then we have to fill in the blanks. There's probably no better way than a book by Dale Carnegie, which was How to Win Friends and Influence People. But getting back to The Strangest Secret, so really, that's what it boils down to. And if you read the book, The Secret, by Rhonda Byrne, which was another great book, that's what it really boiled down to. And I guess there was a little play on words there, The Strangest Secret, The Secret. Well, I think there was a lot of similarities in terms of the point, the major point to understand. So we become what we think about most of the time. So when we have to become clear at what we want. If we're not clear, if it's not perfectly clear, and how do we make it clear? Well, we can mix it with emotion, we can mix it with feeling, we can senses, we can picture ourselves doing what it is that we want, see it, feel it, get excited, be there, think about it as much of the time. It should make us happy. When we're thinking about what we want to do, we should be happy. If we're not, it means that our goal is too lofty at that point. We have to change our goal to something we can believe, because if you don't believe it, then then it makes you not happy. If every time you think about it, oh no, but I can never do that. Well, that's not a good feeling. So it's got to be in line with something you really believe you can achieve, and that's an important thing. And I learned that through my GIN group, Global Information Network. Through some of the studying and various coursework I've progressed through that, I have learned about that belief portion, which is maybe some of the missing ingredients in some of the other work sometimes. But however, needless to say, they're all excellent, give excellent information, and the more we study, the more we begin to formulate and understand what it really takes to make it work. But once we understand that, we nothing can keep us from our goals. Napoleon Hill once said that he actually became scared when he realized how fast the stuff was working, in terms of when he really started applying the skills and the things he learned. And remember, Napoleon Hill studied the most famous people in the world at the time, and richest people and most successful people, like Andrew Carnegie was the main one, but he introduced him to many other people, like Thomas Edison and Henry Ford. And basically that was what and I forget the point there that I was actually making, but needless to say, yes, when he became actually scared, things started working sometimes so quickly that it actually scared him. And that's kind of interesting. I mean, that's how fast it can work. So let's get our mind in the right place. Let's do the right thing there. Let's progress. Let's go in the right direction. Let's meet on the beaches of the world. I know I'm going to meet you someday. And let's have some fun together. And meanwhile, we become what we think about most of the time. The Strangest Secret, Earl Nightingale. Take care. Have a great day.